Hello, 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 hello. They're ringing me now. Let's answer the phone.
Ah, okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
Great, thank you. Actually, how are you guys?
I'm fine. What better way is there to deal with defeat than to come on here, know that Adam's going to be a bit smug, but know that I'm petty enough to have at least 5 things to say to him, which will hopefully bring him back down to earth with a fucking bang.
I said this before it rolled. I said to Hope, I said, "Oh, this should be fun because they played, and I realised you're you, Josh, and you've definitely got just ready to make it all okay."
At the end of this, I feel like I've lost.
Would you like me to start?
Yeah, you guys go ahead. Let's talk about that game straight away. Manchester.
What do United do, Jay? What do United do?
Say that again, sorry.
What do United do?
They beat Spurs.
They turn up against big clubs.
Yep,
They
that's
smash
true.
Chelsea 4-0. They beat Tottenham 2-1. They'll probably get a draw against Man City.
We got a draw against.
And then you know what they're going to do?
Liverpool,
You know what they're going to do after that? Yeah? Do you know what they drew against Liverpool? That's what they do. Do you know what they're going to do after that, Jay?
Go on. What are they going to do, Josh?
They're going to face AZ Alkmaar in the fucking Europa League and bottle it. And then Everton, who are their next game, is going to be the first time they pick up points in about 4 years, is against United. Because that's what United do. They struggle against... This is why Solskjaer is... This is the antithesis of what Solskjaer is as a manager. It's, come on boys, we're Manchester United. Well, it's a big game, and all the Manchester United players go, holy shit, we're Manchester United. Oh my God. And then they go, all right, it's Norwich this week, boys. And the players go, we're Norwich. Oh no, we're not. Oh no,
We're a big club. No.
and I'm sorry, yeah, you deserve to win, and you could have won by more. Rashford hit the post. Tottenham were dreadful. Sissoko and Winks were terrible. But by the same virtue, very fucking soft penalty. Can we just have that?
No, you can't say all that and then go,
It was
a
soft
penalty.
as fuck. It's. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, like, if we'd been beaten by the Rashford strike, I'd feel a bit more comfortable than the world's softest penalty. It's clumsy from Sissoko, but Jesus Christ, it's soft.
Well, it happens, doesn't it? It's day and age.
It happens.
But no, Rashford could have easily got 4 that game. You know, we had them 2 chances at the end, didn't we?
Where's
that he
his fault?
bottled.
Oh, yeah, but okay, fair enough.
Gazaniga had a really good game.
Apart from the first fucking
Yeah,
game.
apart from
should have
that,
saved that, really.
A tragedy.
he made up for it though after that because, like you said, Rashford could have scored plenty more. That one where he tips it onto the crossbar was such a good save.
I thought the best one was the one from Greenwood, where he saves it with his legs.
Oh, true.
But yeah, no, whatever. We deserve to
No,
lose.
I thought Dele Alli's goal was fantastic.
Oh my sweet Jesus!
Oh,
it was, wasn't it?
That was
it was
very
getting called
nice
for
to watch,
VAR, but
yeah.
it was just like it was a perfect little touch, spin, hit. You know what's sad though? Right,
No.
me and you, Adam, we can't ever just have a win against this fucking guy, can we? It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Our teams beat fucking Spurs, and I'm happy until I speak to him, which should be the other way around.
And I'm saying a lot less than I probably would have.
You're talking to a man that's been through a lot. I've got defence mechanisms coming out my ears, Jay. You think I'm actually laughing when there's a fucking postcard of a little happy cat stuck on it? You think that's what's happening, Jay? It's not. I'm crying, but I'm doing it with a smile.
You're like a porcupine.
Sorry, Adam, that's just some Josh 2016 heartbreak banter we've got going on there.
That was fun. You're like a porcupine. You're just ready. You got your spikes, and you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am. I'm the porcupine of football. I'm like Tottenham have lost. Yeet.
You just throw up your spikes.
You know what? It helps me. It really does help me. So just let me have it. You know.
No,
it's
going back to the
better
point
than
you
me.
made, Josh, I think, you know, we did play better than you. You didn't turn up at all, did you? I don't know what happened. But as
had to
happy
be
as I
that.
was with the game...
Yeah.
Sorry, can I carry on, or are you going to talk over me again?
No, sorry, no. Whoa! I just didn't realise you were speaking.
Oh,
There's a bit of lag. I'm not just being a twat.
Yeah, there is a bit of
Sort
lag.
your internet out, and then you can have a go.
Your laptop, it's shit.
Okay, anyway.
I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say now. It's gone. It's gone. Moment's gone.
No, fuck you.
He's
You coward. You're a fucking coward.
You're a
No,
coward
it's
and
alright.
fraud.
I was going to say, as much as you didn't play well, we played miles better than you. We've got City on Saturday. Going back to the point you made, we probably will get beat off the next bottom half club we come up against. And I'm still not convinced with Ole. Although, you know, he says the right things, I'm still not convinced.
By says the right things, do you mean I don't park in Sir Alex Ferguson's space? Is that what you mean?
I don't...
That
I
was
want
a bit of a wet wipe.
to love him. I want him to stay. I want him to be good, but it's just not happening, is it?
Well, no, and it's not. And it's one of those weird ones where, for me, it's so obvious. Like, as a United fan, and I'm not having a go here, you want the next Alex Ferguson. You want someone you can love as much as Tottenham love Poch. Yeah? As well as much as you love Ferguson, they love Poch. You know, you want that next stalwart that will just stay with you. But that's not football now. And to be honest, unless you get Poch, I don't think that man exists anymore.
I think... Well, I heard that...
No, because he's...
Yeah, shut up, Jay.
Oh, actually, I do have a valid thing to say, but go on, you go first with what you think.
Well, no, I was going to say that before the game, apparently Ollie told the players that if they don't win, then he's getting sacked. And I don't know how much that is true.
Well,
If that is true, that is big wet wipe moves, man.
Hey,
Please don't lose, boys. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my job.
Good job.
Please. The only thing I'll say, Adam, is I think one thing we can join on this game is it was quite a tense match. You know, like even though you're outplaying us, like with Dele Alli doing like we shouldn't have. When we scored the equaliser, me and Ross were laughing because how the fuck have we got into this level? So it's always a tense game with them. There's one goal in it, yeah. So me and you were feeling both quite tense, even though you probably felt more confident than me, yeah.
Yeah.
So saying that, is there a message you've given less of a shit about this week than Jay going like, "Yay, Mason Mount"?
I just said Mount, by the way, and that was an incredibly
Mount,
good goal,
Mount,
so
by the
fuck
way.
you.
It was like, fuck off, Jay. No one gives a shit. Just...
Well, I don't
was
like
just stirring the pot because I knew
chat
yours
when
was
the
tense.
games are on.
No, I could tell.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't saying anything.
Yeah.
I like to go hard, and then as soon as I like to go hard, and then when it fails,
Leave.
Well, not leave. I just like, yeah, whatever.
You pull out your porcupine spikes and
Yeah, never said it. Did I? Never said it.
don't know what you're about.
Also, you can't see me on camera, but I am doing an impression of a porcupine. So, I fully expect this to be the full screen right now.
100%, mate. 100%.
As a porcupine.
I was gonna say it had to be as well. Like the fact that Mourinho's back at United, some of them players must have just had to feel like a bit of revenge was in order.
Well, yeah,
suppose
and also
so.
like I wish. What I do wish is partly is I get why he's done it, but I wish Mourinho had gone in with a bit more venom. He was a bit too like, I'm friends with everyone at United. Oh, United was fun. I handshake with everyone, and you're there like going with a bit of.
That's not the Mourinho you want. The Mourinho you want is walking in, freeze
But what
up.
it was,
like,
unlike Chelsea, we treated him with respect. Do you know what I mean? And I think, and he does.
Fuck
No,
off,
I'm not
did you
having
treat
a
him
dig
with
there, but
respect?
it's true, innit?
No, it's not.
You booed him off the
on.
pitch.
You
Yeah,
guys wanted his head as well.
Yeah, but we it's different, innit? It's
You might not have,
horrible
but
to
Manchester fans were just as much as a pricker to him as Chelsea fans were.
it. No,
No, not true.
never.
Sorry, Jay.
Man,
The club themselves, I'm not sure if there's a comparative to be made because at the end they both sacked him after he had success and didn't really, push on with it. But from a fan's point of view, maybe actually it's not even it's his fault now because he's gone to Tottenham, the rivals of Chelsea. But there's so much more. Maybe it's the fact that United are in such a shit place anyway. But there's a lot of I don't know actually because it's difficult, but. It doesn't matter. He's home now.
oh fuck off, is he?
He's at a nice place now, isn't he?
Jesus Christ, he's home. I hate it so much sometimes.
He's having a nice time now. He's away from your venomous club and your pressure club. I'll let you decide which one's which, although it's quite obvious which one.
It could be, to be fair, but yeah.
You're the pressure one. Jay's club is the fucking venomous one. Yeah. But no, there's not really much else to say. Like, the only way we were going to get a point out of that game, or 3 points, was with a moment of magic out of nothing, which we had, and it still wasn't enough.
But I wouldn't have been too pissed off either way. Do you know what I mean? Because I went into that game expecting to get beat, to be fair. So
that's fair.
Here's a question now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, mate. It's like, would you rather him just get out now, Ollie out now, and get a manager in, or would you rather last the season with him after that result?
If we've got the manager there waiting for him, let's just get rid. Let's not fuck about with it.
But who is that? Yeah, we've had this discussion. We don't know who that is.
But that's the thing. We United, we should be able to go up to Poch and go, yeah, right, go on. You're right.
I think Poch might be one of the last principal, like, properly. Like, and I'm not just. Hopefully, I'm not just looking at the rose tinted glasses, but I'll hold no ill feeling for him if he goes to United. I think whatever, as if Arsenal, but probably just wants to chill out for a bit. And he's talked about offers, but
yeah, but so there's been rumours that he's coming back soon, isn't there?
Well, have you not heard the rumour that if he, Daniel Levy's basically said, here's your 12 million payout, but there's a clause in his contract that says if you join another Premier League club this season, then it's gone. You have to give it back.
Yeah, but United could go balls to the wall and be like, we'll pay that 12 mil.
Well, yeah, they should if they want it.
Yeah. Especially being United, they probably could.
And then Poch would be like, make it 13, give us extra mil. Poch just holding Woodward by the throat, like...
Make it 13.
The thing is, for me, and it's not necessarily... Obviously, nothing's certain in football. Adam, we're reaching 12 minutes, I don't know if you know.
I've lost them both. They've been disconnected.
Oh.
Have we lost him?
I'm on my own at the moment. They're probably talking.
Oh,
actually,
well, Adam's gone.
Adam's gone, no.
Adam's just gone.
Alright, sorry for that. We lost Adam and things went pear-shaped. Technical difficulties, but...
I think things marginally improved, but...
We got to say to that, Ad.
Just me.
Yeah.
Adam's going to leave again.
No, yeah, sorry. I mean, that's all we have to say on the game, really. I was just saying to Jay at the end there, and I won't, this is a podcast format, it's not really a for us, but I was just saying, I don't think any manager in the world is as surefire bet as Pochettino, as in to be successful.
Yeah.
Like, you can see Allegri fucking it, you can see Kovac fucking it, you can see Nagelsmann coming in and not hitting the ground running, you can see all these top coaches, but there's just something about the household name that is now Pochettino that you just feel like he'd nestle you into his warm Argentinian bosom and everything would be okay.
It's funny to think because there's not loads of top managers anymore, is there really? When you think
Not
about
really,
it, there's a lot of jobs
no.
right now that could be filled, and there's.
I would disagree. I would say there was.
But there's like I said, there's a lot of top jobs that need filling, and people aren't stepping up. These top managers aren't coming.
But what do you define as a top manager? Like,
just a name that people comes to mind, and they go, yeah, throw him there, and he'll do a job. Like you said, Pochettino's going to be like the only one right now.
Yeah, so you don't have a Wenger or a Alex Ferguson type archetypal figure, but you've got like, I'd say you've got more than ever, but like you just have to think like Sarri, for instance, is the perfect example. He came in and got to a final and won a Europa.
Yeah.
And he wasn't considered a success, so maybe all of our fucking standards are just
Mate, that's a big shout. Standards are very high.
That's the issue. That's why I'm okay with things. Like, we lost to United. We're Tottenham. It was at Old Trafford. We're Tottenham. We hadn't, up until 2012, we hadn't won at Old Trafford for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, maybe more. And we should have won with that bloody Pedro Mendes. Do you remember that, Adam? Just a side note. Do you remember that game?
Which one?
Not maybe remember, but where Pedro Mendes scored from the halfway line, and your fucking keeper scooped it from behind the line.
No, I don't remember that.
No, I'll get you a clip of it. It's a joke. But anyway, I mean, not that I was, watching to get that game, but like, it's. But no, like it's just
standards are so high.
I know this is what this is my standard go-to, but just like there's Liverpool now that are just winning, and then there's Leicester and City who are kind of winning, and then there's just the rest of us.
Yeah, it's
And the issue is we're gonna have to get used to this, and that this is the thing that really, like, this is why. This is why I like the outlook we have, because you look at Arsenal Fan TV, you look at these fan channels, and they get more and more disappointed, and they're like, as if we're being beaten by Sheffield United, like this is a joke. Sheffield United are fucking brilliant. They're managed by a top coach. They have good players, and that gap is only ever getting smaller, and we're all fucked. And at the end of in 20 more years' time. Every team will be at a very closer level, and you'll see fucking United being 16th going, what the fuck has happened? Because the world's catching up and everything's fucked. Or better.
What's to say it's not fucked? It's going to be... It's interesting because...
We all say it's going to be interesting, good Jay, but when Chelsea's 16th, Tottenham's in League 2, and fucking United's in a relegation playoff, which will come in. I'll be like, oh, well, we remember the good old days where we could just like.
This is very true, but as a neutral, it's interesting.
Well, no, we're not neutrals.
That's why I didn't say.
We're living it. We're living it hard and proper.
That's too real.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Liverpool there. Should we talk about the Liverpool game?
You can. I'm not going to talk about
it. I mean, breaking back post.
No, it's not bad news, but it's. And I know you were very quick to go, like make a joke, and it was a funny joke. But Mane was fucking incredible that game, and I all three of us here have a big hatred for Liverpool, funnily enough, but. I had to just kind of watch.
I don't have a hatred for the club.
No, yeah, of course, but we But the fans make you hate the club, you know what I mean? Like, but I was watching the highlights of that game, and I just was like, fair fucking play. Like, I couldn't find anything to dislike about any of it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is complete, and both of you will agree with me here. I would love it if my left back was but Robertson is a twat. Did you see him just blatantly, like, the entire footage is him staring at the back of Tom Davies' head as he falls on it, and then like gets up like, "Hey, what you doing? That's not fine." Like, like he's like laughing at Davies because he's like riled him. It's like you've just elbowed him on the ground. You can fuck right off.
It's a shout.
But it's what you want, I guess. And the fact is, we all looked at that lineup before the game started, and you saw Shaqiri, Lallana, Origi. And you're there like, obviously Adrian because Alisson's suspended, but you're just like, either. But they're in they know they can't afford to drop any points, although they could afford,
Yeah.
Klopp isn't even just looking at that game going, he might as well have gone, fuck it, because Everton is so bad. But also like, that's how Liverpool are. We're talking, well, this isn't like it was last year either, where it's like, because this is the turning point last year. It's not like, he's putting Origi in, he doesn't give a shit. He's putting Origi in. Hang on a minute, that's the guy that scored 2 against Barcelona to make it 4-0 and complete one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League
100%.
history. Like,
and he played so well in that game against Everton.
Yeah, that little chip that he does.
And his touch on the ball for that first goal.
And he is the definition of a bench player. That's what he is. He is their bench player, and he's just...
They've just got like the best bench player. It's like, it's almost too good. It's almost like it's so good that that's the annoying part.
Well, it's fine. Give them the league. I'm over it now. It's fine. No one wants it, but they deserve it. So fuck it. Unless they fuck it, that'd be fun.
I'm still hanging on for that.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I want Leicester to win it.
That'd be... I'd love
If
that.
Leicester do win it, at least they'll have a legitimate title win this season, unlike that.
You're the only person in the world that's so salty
would be
about
great.
that.
I'm not the only person in the world that thinks this. It's if you really look at that season, Jay. If you fucking look at that season, if you watch Chelsea's spineless.
I watched it and I was so happy with it.
Go on, Leicester. We don't want Tottenham to win. Here, have a go.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Like, Adam, what do you think of that season? That Leicester winning season? You're a romantic. You'll buy into the miracle of it, won't you?
Yeah, I suppose I will.
I don't.
It's only because it happened to your club.
Don't get me wrong. Every
the
other
entire
team in the league was god awful, including us, including
It
Tottenham.
wasn't even god awful. There were no one was particularly great, but literally Tottenham, like every single 18 other football clubs, got a fucking massive red carpet and rolled it out. Tottenham stood off to the side like a grumpy little school kid going, "Well, I'm not doing it. I'm fucking not letting them win." And then Leicester went, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" And we kind of shuffled awkwardly and went, "Well, nothing, but it's just
Bullied,
it's
yes.
not on." And then at the last minute, Arsenal went, "Oh shit, and then pushed us over." That was that season.
Well, that it's
love
a
it.
bad season when you've got Arsenal contending for it as well as Leicester. You can't take it away from them, can you?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was.
No, I love that. It makes me so happy when you get so angry about that.
Cheers. That's what I'm here
No
for.
worries.
Anyway, Jay, let's talk about the third most important derby of the fucking day, the John Terry derby. Yay!
The Jay Tomlin's derby, mate. Yeah, I didn't buy into that John Terry stuff, but anyway, it was a really good game. It was like I think because we haven't spoke about the games before to this, did we? But we lost to West Ham.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh yeah, can we talk about that?
You beat Bournemouth. What happened to you, Adam?
Are you guys?
We drew with Sheffield.
You drew Sheffield, oh yeah, and we lost to West Ham, so we just happily skipped over that. But one thing this game proved.
Oh shit, you did. Wait a minute. So United have won since we've last spoke because me and you both have 3 points.
Yeah.
So fucking Adam's snuck away with 4.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
It's just got away with that one.
Ollie at the wheel.
Ollie's at the wheel. God's sake. But anyway, with this one game kind of showed something that Tammy had a massive influence on that game compared to missing out with him at West Ham because he got the assist, he got the goal, and he just overall played really well. So
I wasn't actually aware he was alive again. It wasn't like I saw him in the starting lineup and I just went off. For fuck's sake! Like, no offense, I like him as a player and I don't want him to do well at Chelsea, but I have nothing against him. But I was like, fuck's sake! I thought he was crippled. God damn it!
I took him out of my Premier League team as well. I was wounded, but yeah, no, he played really, really well, and also, and I know I have like a deep hatred for Villa, so it's probably like I probably looked at this in a different way. But they were horrible. The players were that game. They were fouling us left, right, and centre, man. How can you foul N'Golo Kante, man?
Because he's brilliant.
No, but like.
And by that logic, if he's on the opposition team.
But true. But there was like this one thing where the ball was clearly going out, and Kovacic is like kind of like making sure it does go out. Grealish doesn't get to it. Grealish just fucks him in the back, and I was like, "What?" And it's just, and I don't know. I hate Villa so much. It was really good for me to see us beat them. It could have been 5-1. To be fair, we had so many chances, we just didn't take them, and that's a theme this season. We don't take as many chances as we create.
This is another, just as a kind of Villa point. I did read a few tweets saying like, I don't care how much it costs Tottenham, we need Grealish in a Tottenham shirt, and it's there like. He's played really well the past couple of games, and then all of a sudden he's like the hottest English player.
Yeah, the hype. I think the hype
great,
over him
but
is ridiculous.
It's a bit too much,
To be
isn't it?
honest.
He'll be great at Villa. Let him die at Villa.
But like, if you're talking about English camps, like he's down that list. Maddison, Mount, and I'm sorry, like, and me, especially after his research. Like, I know it's not, but Ali is Lingard.
Yeah, Lingard.
Yeah, that's true. I think Barkley's a better player than him. I don't know what you think about that.
Oh, he can be. He can be, but
but he's less likely to sneak off to a club and rip.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Well,
I mean, to be
both
fair,
are.
Lingard on his Instagram in the summer, pulling very similar antics.
That's fair. I don't know why I just.
Maybe they're on the same level.
I have a really quick, interesting. Just because you've reminded me that football happened, and we won't go into it too
Go
much
on.
at all because we all know. But just a really weird, trivial thing is, do you know how Tottenham went 3-0 up against West Ham and then made it 3-2, and then they went 3-0 up against Bournemouth and then made it 3-2?
Yeah.
So, just weirdly, both of West Ham and Bournemouth's goals were scored in the 73rd and 96th minute.
It's the Mourinho way.
You've got to get used to it, Jay.
Do you know when he? Do you know when he was at United and he said like the Tottenham fans have just been constantly using that clip because we kept doing things, but it's just that clip of him going 3 for me, 2 for them, and it's just like oh no, he's taking it seriously. Stop it. Just win comfortably. Adam, we're on 13 minutes. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so that's the football, I guess, that's happened recently. Do you have anything else about the Chelsea game? I will give a shout out to
yeah,
Mount's
that's the only thing. Mason Mount's goal was
Top
beautiful.
goal.
Fair enough. But yeah, has there any other games that happened? No.
Arsenal are still shit.
They are, aren't they? Are they playing now?
They're on in 3 minutes.
Oh, right. Well, okay. So is Newcastle on right now?
They're 1-0 up to Sheffield against Sheffield.
It's just sod law, isn't
it?
Apparently so.
Here's all of us. Here's Chelsea, Tottenham, and United sat watching Newcastle defeat Sheffield. Oh my god! And it's actually St Maximin.
Is it?
What is going on? He's actually
Steve Bruce, man. What a guy.
Right.
Part one.
Part one.
Alright, okay. I think we need to talk about the biggest news of this week to get part two rolling.
Go on.
Dusan Tadic has been rated the 20th best player in the entire fucking world.
Yeah, see, I saw you tweet that and I thought...
What? Sod everything else. Dusan Tadic, who has gone from Southampton to Ajax, has been rated the 20th best player in the world. Can I set you can one of you volunteer right now? I don't care who.
Go on.
Yeah, Jay volunteers. Jay, and I actually have full faith in you to do this. Name me 20 better players than Tadic. Because I genuinely believe you can do this. I can do it. I can do it if you can't.
Go on, you can do it.
Right,
you're ready
fine.
for this, I ain't ready.
Okay. Right, I'm going to start off with stuff I know. 20 better players than, oh god, this is Aguero, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sane, Sterling, Laporte, Kane.
Wait, was he above? I thought Kane was like up there.
No, I'm not trying to change the order. I'm just saying that there are so many.
Okay.
But the point I'm trying to
it.
get at is that I reckon I could keep. If you gave me time, I reckon I could pick 99 players better than Tadic. And that's not a slight on Tadic. You're great, but you are not the 20th best player in the world.
Yeah, you're right there. 20th is just mad.
20th?
It's like saying this podcast is the 20th best in the world.
Imagine going from Southampton, not failing at, not having a shit season at Southampton, getting shipped off to Ajax, and then going, you're the 20th best player in the world. No,
did you know? Well, I wonder if he was like, me?
What?
Do you reckon he was sat there next to Mbappe? And he was like, you're right, Mbappe, you're right. Who are you again? Oh, I'm Tadic. Who?
I was at Southampton,
Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player.
What is Southampton?
I remember when he was part of that 8-0 win against Sunderland for Southampton, but he's still Dusan Tadic.
Yeah, like you said, there's so many more better than him.
Also, Messi won it, but Dusan Tadic!
No one needs to know about that. I think Tadic should have won it, to be fair.
No, yeah, to be fair. He's been robbed.
Yeah, you're like 20th best in the world, mate. Come on.
Let's show that man some respect. Do we think it's a fair?
Yeah.
I don't think Van Dijk should be top 3.
What?
No, I don't know. I just didn't think he should win. I didn't think he should win. I think he's brilliant, and he's changed Liverpool, but I just didn't think he should have won over them.
I personally think he should have won.
Really?
Oh, shut up.
Man. That's a lot from me. I hate Liverpool, but all I can see is
Don't be ridiculous. Is he a better player than Messi?
No, he's not a better player, but that's not
right,
what the Ballon d'Or is.
So
Van Dijk had a better year than Lionel Messi. He is by no means a better player, but he had a better year.
No, I didn't.
He did.
He didn't.
Why?
Just didn't.
Okay, brilliant. That's some analysis from the back post there.
How many goals did Van Dijk score?
He's a fucking centre-back, you nonce!
Exactly.
You're a defender, man. You should be defending him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, right, as a defender, Adam, is there a defender that you've seen change a team more than Van Dijk has changed Liverpool?
Probably me with my club.
To be fair, he's got a point.
Yeah,
They were nothing.
Thanks for watching, guys.
They were nothing without him. Nothing.
No, I'm sorry, but I just can't. He shouldn't have won it.
Who should have won?
No, Messi should have won it.
I just think Messi is the best player in the world and the best player of all time. But I just don't. If you just take the year in isolation, he was injured a lot. He got knocked out by Liverpool, but by bottling it against Liverpool, even though that free kick he scored in the first leg was sublime.
Messi did win two trophies and was a top goal scorer in one of them.
Yeah, no, but the Champions League, I would say, is... I don't know. If you're looking at this at a perspective that Liverpool only won the Champions League, and I know that is all they won, but... why am I defending Liverpool? But Liverpool also, you're forgetting how impressive that points tally was. It's the third highest in Premier League history.
Yeah, and I think the thing that gets me the most about your argument is the fact that he changed Liverpool so much.
Yeah, thank you. But you're forgetting that the only reason they didn't win the title is because of that 11mm that John Stones saved.
Yeah.
We're talking fine margins, and that shouldn't define that 11mm that John Stones clears off the line has no bearing on Van Dijk as a player.
They didn't win the league because there was a team better than him.
I would say better is a very harsh word to use that season. I would say
they're obviously better because they won it.
No, I think City were better last season.
Were better.
You can't say, Liverpool were a better team last season.
I'm not saying they were the better team. I'm saying they were just as good as each other. But it was defined. The entire separation of those two teams was defined by in a millisecond
bit more
and
class.
11mm. I think it's very harsh to say that City were. How much better was City? Can you quantify how much better City were than Liverpool? We're talking one time.
They won 3 trophies and. They didn't just do it in one tournament. They did the Premier League, which is one of the hardest leagues. They did the FA Cup and the League Cup, and they had the squad depth to do that and keep winning in the Prem.
Okay, right. So let's put the Premier League aside, which is, like I've said, a moment and 11mm split. Jay, would you rather your team win the Carabao and the FA Cup or the Champions League?
No, you can't say that because they won the Premier League as well.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, just for a moment, appreciate that the gap in the Premier League was tiny.
Yeah, of course it was.
Tiny.
But you can't say, would you rather win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup? The
smallest gap in a league since City beat you to it on goal difference. And with the third highest points tally in history, I'm just trying to give some, a bit of love.
I understand you, mate. I completely understand you. And you've made a good argument, but I don't know. I just still can't see past Messi. He's just better on so many other levels than Van Dijk.
No, he is. Obviously. Obviously.
No, you're.
I don't know. It's just for me. I don't know. Didn't. No, it was Portugal, wasn't it, that won the Nations?
Well, let's face it. Tadic should have won it. So everyone's been robbed.
Everyone's been robbed. Well, it pains me to say everything I just said. We spent the entire season mocking Liverpool, but at the end of the day,
the whole season,
Jonathan Stones, Barnsley boy, 11mm. That's all it was. At the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
I would actually say, if you quantify that 11mm before the ball going over the line is actually technically a closer gap than when City beat United 2 on goal difference, if you think about it. Because goals are really solid, quantifiable things. Whereas that tiny split moment in a football match changes everything. And the sad thing is, what we're going to look at now is Liverpool will win the title this season, barring a fuck up. And we're going to have a real conversation over who's had the better 3 years, Liverpool or City. And the answer, I think, unless City win the Champions League this season, will be Liverpool. Because I would rather my club have 1 Champions League and 1 Premier League than 2 Premier Leagues and no Champions Leagues, even if you do throw in a fucking Carabao Cup in there. Like...
Yeah, 100%. Because the Champions League's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna pause here.
We can't say it. He can't say
No, I
it.
wasn't wrong because I still sound like what I said. I can't be wrong because it's an opinion. I'm not even being a twat. Fuck you. But I've just read that Messi broke 11 incredible. He had 11 incredible stats and he was really good. And Messi at no point Messi didn't not deserve to win it. Okay, I would like to retract that. Messi deserved to win it. I'm just saying Van Dijk also deserved to win it. I'm not even going to say he deserves to win it more. They should have shared it.
They should have cut it in half.
He can have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and an alternate weekends, and it would have been great.
Cool. All right, let's move on, boys. Let's talk about our next games coming up.
Okay.
So, should we talk about the biggest first?
Yeah.
Manchester
So
derby.
Spurs against Burnley. Yeah, the United derby. Take it away, Adam. What's going on?
Well, we got the derby, haven't we? Before the Tottenham game, I thought that we'd get beat off Tottenham, and I thought, well, I still do. I still think we'll beat them. I don't know why. I think it is this thing with Ollie where he gets the players riled up for these big games, and City aren't the best at the moment, although they're still winning.
Well, sometimes they're not. They're not still winning.
Well, they can be cracked.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say, and I think we probably are the team to do it. I'm past the fact of I'm past sitting. I'm past Liverpool now. I don't give a shit. I'd rather just beat City. If you'd asked me if the title was closer, and I said, yeah, I'd give them the 3 points. But you know what? I'm looking forward to the game. And again, against Tottenham, if we get beat, I won't be too disheartened as long as we play all right and don't get beat off Astana next week.
The only thing I'll say is that we are in a weird situation now where if you look at fit centre-backs, they're much sexier. No.
I was just about to say, do you mean fit as in 10 out of 10?
Look at United, and I don't get me wrong, I don't think Maguire was ever worth 80 million, but because of injuries,
no, he's not proved it yet.
You've got Stones and Fernandinho.
Yeah.
And you've got and I just don't trust. I like Stones. I want to like Stones as a player, but I just can't trust him. He's like Stones is the equivalent of sitting a baby on a shelf on a 4-story building on a windowsill, and just with the window.
What about that is that you
just watching him teeter on the edge? You know he's going to fall.
What about that? Do you want to like?
What, sorry?
What about that? Do you want to like? You said you want to like Stones.
I want to trust the baby. I want to trust the baby not to jump, but I don't. He's just like. But he's always going to fuck up. Whereas Maguire and Lindelof, I actually quite like.
But no,
you're right. I like Maguire. Yeah, and Bissaka as well. Bissaka, how's he been? I've not heard much actually. How's he been?
He's been fantastic. But it's. I'm not convinced on Maguire. I'm not.
Really?
Well,
he's just not
really.
really.
Be convinced. He was never £80 million, but the thing is, he's an improvement, and you had to spend 80 million.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's a shout.
We still need we're really desperate for a left back.
On their day, if you put them at their absolute peak, Eric Bailly's probably a better player than on his absolute peak than Harry Maguire. However, Maguire has working legs that don't just die. So you've got to pay 80 million for that kind of knee security.
That privilege.
Yeah.
And you can slam a header in, but.
Well, he can't, can he? Because he's not scored yet.
Well, he can if he's playing a back three and a really weird. Anyway.
another technical difficulty, but
Yeah,
we're
sorry
over it.
We're all good. Oh god. So I have just a quick little back post breaking news story that might probably will happen. But how do you feel about the fact that Marco Silva has been sacked? David Moyes looks the most likely to take back over temporarily. David Moyes will then return to face United. What a badly written soap opera that game is.
That is an EastEnders.
And he's probably going to be going to take it because it's fucking. That's what happened, won't it? Moyes will just come in all guns blazing, and everyone's like, no.
I tell you what, these Premier League writers should have wrote Game of Thrones, shouldn't they?
I mean, it couldn't have been worse. But do you know when it all seems a bit suspicious to me? Because do you remember all those adverts at the start of the season where Dele Alli's receiving the script of the season, he rips it up and he's like, no. Starting to think that actually that was a real script, and they were desperately not wanting it. Dele Alli's read Tottenham's script. He was like, no, God, no, please.
That's perfect. Yeah. I saw somewhere. I think I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, but they said, who would be a good interim manager for Arsenal would be Wenger until the end of the season.
Oh God!
Someone that knows the club, knows the ins and the outs.
He does know the club. To be fair.
But,
I feel like have you ever heard the song "One Step Forward and Two Steps Back" though? I feel like that is that. I think that's what they warned us against. Actually, there is a lyric in there that mentions directly Wenger returning to Arsenal. So
fucking hell, they knew.
They knew.
Written in the stars.
Quickly, Tottenham played Burnley. Fuck you, Elliot. Let's have it.
Chelsea play Everton. It's a classic. We should win, but we might not.
Well, Everton fully. Southampton. How bad is Southampton this season, guys? Can we just one word answers? How bad is Southampton?
Bad.
I'll stick with.
What, as in terrible? Is that what that means? I don't know.
Terrible. They're just a bit.
They have been extremely bad this season. Fucking awful. They've just overtaken Everton. Everton are sat in the relegation zone as we speak.
I remember at the start of the season, the pundits were saying that they're going to finish top 4, Everton.
Well,
because they had a...
Sorry.
They got some good transfers in, I
They
guess.
threw that script out the window, didn't they?
They threw that script.
They were the first to rip it up. Who would have thought that, signing Delph would be such a...
I forgot Delph went there. Oh my God!
I don't think he's actually played that much. To be fair, I mean, he must have done actually. He's played. I don't know if he's injured or anything, but that's the thing.
Man, like Delph knew that City weren't going to win. He was like, I need to go
to Everton. That's like me jumping out of a burning plane into a fucking volcano. This plane's on fire. Don't jump.
I would like a new challenge.
No, the only thing I really wanted to end on was that I had a little actual cry at work today.
Good.
Genuinely.
You job that bad?
Yeah. No, I was serving quiche and I just sobbed into the quiche. No, I was on my lunch and I read a fantastic article about Andros Townsend, which was called "This Is Not a Golden Boy Story," and it's just like. It was just nice actually, because after wages rising, your club being shit, life being awful, your team losing, or you either see footballers often as like superstars or arseholes, I feel.
Yeah.
And it was just this really nice, and I'll just take you through some key points that I can remember off the top of my head, but it was essentially Townsend saying that his personality is so, like, if you beat him at ping pong, he'll spend the rest of the week or month till he can come back and beat you at ping pong, because that's who he is. Right. So that's what you want in a player. Ping pong skills. But
of course.
He was saying that basically he'd always looked up to his brother, and when he got into Tottenham's academy, his brother was at I think Wimbledon, but I can't quite remember. But essentially there was a car crash, and every single person in that car was fine, apart from his brother who died. And how much it affected him. But there was just this really poignant line in it that basically said, like, do you know how often do you hear the line, and I'm not disrespecting anyone that says this, that the reason I play is for him. Like, I play football for my brother every day.
Yeah.
Andros Townsend says, losing my brother didn't make me the player I am today. it just hurt. Like,
Yeah.
there's no... And it was just... And then it sort of went on to him, you know, starting for Tottenham, and then he scored his first goal for Tottenham on his debut, and then he was like, I'm a Tottenham player, and then 10 days later we shipped him out to Watford on loan. And then... There's two of the points to take to the article is basically, do you know when he got, remember that season, 3 of the points, sorry, you know that season he got called up for England and he scored those like random screamers for England?
Yeah, and it was like, he's the answer.
Yeah. Apparently, but he said like he's a really loud guy, but he walked into that England changing room, saw Wayne Rooney sat there, and didn't say a word. Like he just like was like, oh my god, I'm actually here.
Yeah.
And he scored from range that night. Didn't really say much. Went home, and it, like for everything that's happened, and so maybe I'm jumping too far ahead in this story, but he went up to his room, locked the door, and cried. Like, and you forget like. He just cried all night apparently for ages because he was just so overwhelmed like with what his life. And then he turned, you know, he started like gambling, and then because he lost gambling, he tried to take that competitive edge to gambling, and he was on £3,000 a week at this point, and he spent 43,000 in a night in a hotel in Blackpool, like, and he just fucked it. And then like the FA got involved and they threatened to suspend him, and then didn't, because they realised he was a kid that made a mistake and not a malicious gambler. Not a malicious gambler. Gamblers aren't malicious. Sorry, that's an unnecessary attack. It was just, I was just reading this, and then the only thing I'll say is, and I'll just read it out if I can find it. But basically, the article ends with him just saying that at 19 he made his debut for Spurs. It took 19 years for him to make his debut for Spurs, and that's the best moment of his life. It took 22 years for him to play for England, and that's the second proudest moment of his life. Big up Townsend representing Spurs. And it took him 28 years to be comfortable with himself, and he may not have been the wonder child that he was tipped as, but he's finally comfortable with himself as a human. And it was just such a poignant, like, you know, they're on 300,000 a week, some of them, and some of them are probably arseholes, but they're all, you know, tangible things. I think that's why we love football so much, because each of these people are tangible humans. You know, they're not actors that put on a fake. Yeah, they're real. They're real people. They're real people with a footload of money, and they make terrible life choices. But I think that's why, like, we love it. It's great. Big up Townsend, man. And finally, just as a side note, he was talking about, you know, that season where he broke through. You know, he was at Tottenham and everyone thought it was the next big thing. Mm-hmm. He says that he gets that a lot. Like, do you remember when you were brilliant? And he discusses that he actually scored 1 goal in that year. And no one forgets that. He was exciting, but he had no end product, and no one remembers that. He scored a banger for England. And that was it. And everyone goes, oh, fucking hell, you're incredible. And he goes, actually, for my last season, I got 6 goals and 4 assists, which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but the Premier League's fucking difficult.
And it was way more than...
Yeah, and it's made more than 1. And he just says, like, he's okay now, and he's fine. And he'll always regret how things ended at Spurs. And it's, you know...
Doesn't he always score against you guys as well?
No, he scored a penalty against us. But, you know, just...
But yeah, no, fair play, man. You, like you said, you don't normally hear this, so it's quite, like, eye-opening, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good. A poignant end, unless anyone's got anything else to say.
I think...
Well, yeah, this isn't the way the back post ends. Quick, Adam, oh, yes, fuck, yes. Did we see John Terry try to break Kovacic's thumb?
Oh, fucking
did that fucking handshake. Let's end on that. That's fucking weird. Why did you do that? He just...
Fuck knows, man. He's such a creature,
he
isn't he?
Snapped his thumb back. He's like, oh, you're right, JC. Fuck you. It's like, oh, God, it's just him walking away holding his hand.
There's that one screenshot of him, like, fucking in agony. Yeah, he's weird, man. I don't like him anymore.
He's a weird guy.
Okay, good. There we
go. What a way. That's the way we normally end this.
I don't like John Terry anymore. Jay Tomlin's 2019.
Yeah.
Tell your dad.
Last thing that I'll say is, just before I go, I'm top. Well, I'm not top. I'm beating Jay and I'm beating Josh in the Fantasy Premier League. Tell your dads. Good night, God bless.
Yeah.
Tell your fathers.